The federal government says its current investment in the transportation sector will serve as a basis for the next administration to leverage on. The Minister of Transportation, Muazu Sambo Jaji, stated this in a town hall meeting in Abuja, where he gave a scorecard of the performance of the current administration in the transportation sector. Jaji says the sector's importance to the nation's economy cannot be overstated.
As I said, we have completed the Abuja-Kaduna, the Lagos-Ibadan, and the Tagbewori standard gauge rail lines. We have commissioned brand new airport terminals in Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt. We have completed housing projects in 35 states of the Federation. We have constructed road projects in every state. We have the Anchor Borers program that has almost weaned us from dependence on imported rice and other crops. We met 15 standard rice mills, and today we have about 60. We have our unprecedented National Social Intervention Program, under which about 10 million school children are fed 1 meal every day. Under the same program, 1 million youths have been empowered, and another 500,000 who are undergoing trainings under the Empower. And the 1,632,480 households that have been enrolled in the conditional cash transfer program. And we are proud of integrated national security and waterways protection infrastructure, also known as Deep Blue Asset, aimed at managing, controlling, and protecting Nigerian waterways towards the advancement of coastal prosperity. It's quick to point to some economic indices like the Naira exchange rate and inflation. But the truth is that if they were the ones confronted with having to fight a once-in-a-century pandemic, 2 economic recessions, and low oil prices, Nigeria would have had no economy to even talk about. Gentlemen, we have a lot of achievements to highlight and campaign with. Again, we are spoiled for choice because of the sheer number of these achievements. And that's why we have drawn up a tight schedule of appearances for honorable ministers to tell Nigerians the achievements in their various sectors.
Transportation plays a critical role in the growth and sustainability of other areas of the economy, such as wealth creation, improving access to agricultural production centers and markets, movement of raw materials, distribution of finished products, facilitating tourism as well as domestic and international trade, sustainability of mining and the extractive industry, as well as being a major support base in contributing to the GDP of the nation. In the critical role of transportation, the administration has made transportation infrastructure a priority, both in its economic recovery and growth plan, ERGP 2017 to 2020, and the National Development Plan, NDP 2021 to 2025. We are preparing to challenge the war zone insurance burden on Nigeria-bound ships by the international shipping community. Now, the Deep Blue project has air assets made up of 2 special mission aircrafts for surveillance of the exclusive economic zone. It has 3 special mission helicopters for search and rescue, and also has 4 unmanned aerial vehicles, otherwise known as UAVs, land assets made up of the Command, Control, Communications, Computer and Intelligence Center, otherwise known as C4I, for domain awareness and intelligence gathering and also 16 armored vehicles for coastal patrol. The Deep Blue project also has sea assets comprising of 2 special mission vessels and 17 fast interceptor boats. Lastly, the Deep Blue project also has 600 strong trained maritime security unit specially trained for interdiction. The personnel are drawn from various security agencies specially trained for various operations on land, sea and air. That inland waterways serves as a viable alternative means of moving economic goods and persons. We have undertaken the survey and charting of the rivers Niger and Benue in partnership with the Nigerian Navy Hydrographic Office, a feat that has never happened before in this country. This government also concessioned successfully the Onitsha River Port. We have also established inland river ports at Baro in Niger State, Lokoja in Kogi State, is nearing completion, and Oguta in Imo State. We have procured 20 patrol boats for all the area offices of the National Inland Waterways Authority, which is the agency responsible for the management of inland waterways in Nigeria. Signal communication is the bedrock of railway transportation. Right from the design stages of the standard gauge lines, level crossings are avoided as much as possible, while overpasses, underpasses, and bridges are encouraged. In residential areas, the corridor is walled off from human and animal interference. Now, safety and security are further enhanced through the provision of the latest signal communication equipment and solutions, the strengthening of the Nigerian Railway Police Command through an increase in numbers and specialized training, the provision of adequate logistic assets to ensure high mobility and technology-based security architecture for our railway corridors. Our efforts are geared towards the amendment of relevant acts to break government operational monopoly and bring in the private sector and other tiers of government in transport operation, while the federal government concentrates on policy and regulatory matters. We are also concluding work on the approval of the National Transport Policy and other subsidiary policies for the sector. We are also professionalizing and regulating freight forwarding in Nigeria in line with IATA standards. Also training railway engineers and other professionals at home and abroad. Also creating technical departments and implementing the transport officers cadre, like I said earlier on, where professionals will begin and end their careers in the ministry. We're also strengthening specialized educational institutions under the purview of the ministry and collaborating with professional bodies in accrediting more universities in the country to run courses in transportation sector. The Transportation University in Daura, Katsina State is nearing completion, and it's also another means of sustaining capacity building in the sector. Now,